Hi, my name's Kathy, and this crazy little critter is my newest puppy, Skipper. And we are going to read a book called A Special Trade by Sally Whitman with pictures by Karen Gundersheimer. Skipper knows I have a treat for him in my hand. This is Bartholomew. Bartholomew is Nellie's neighbor. When Nellie was very small, he would take her every day for a walk down the block to Mrs. Pringle's vegetable garden. He took her in her stroller. Bartholomew, Skipper, you need to be still when we're reading a book. Bartholomew never pushed too fast. He always warned Nellie about Mr. Oliver's bumpy driveway. "Hang on, Nell, here's a bump." And she would shout out, "Bump!" as they rode over it. If they met a nice dog along the way, they would stop and pet it. But if it was a nasty dog, Bartholomew would shoo it away. When Mrs. Pringle's sprinkler, you guys are just terrible. When Mrs. Pringle's sprinkler was on, he would say, "Get ready, get set, charge!" And they would race through the sprinkler and get all wet. When Nellie began to walk, Bartholomew took her by the hand. "No, no," she cried, pulling it back. Nellie didn't want any help. So Bartholomew offered his hand only when Nellie really needed it. Bartholomew was getting older too. He needed a walking stick, so they walked very slowly. When they walked upstairs, they both held onto the railing. The neighbors called them ham and eggs because they were always together. Whether it was rainy or sunny or shiny, they were always together. Even on Halloween and even on the coldest day in the winter when everyone else was inside. I'm getting dog attacked. One summer, Bartholomew taught Nellie to skate by circling his walking stick. "Easy does it," he said. See, he put his cane out and she could skate in circles around the walking stick with it. Then she skated right over his toes. He wasn't mad though. He just whistled and rubbed his foot. The first time Nellie tried to skate by herself, I think things got a little crazy. What do you think? Really crazy. And Nellie crashed. Mr. Bartholomew saw that she felt like crying. He pulled up something from the garden and said, "Don't be saddish. Have a radish." Nellie laughed and ate it. She didn't really like radishes, but she did like Bartholomew. Before too long, Nellie was in school and Bartholomew had gotten older. You silly doggies. You're supposed to be reading books. Sometimes he needed a helping hand, but he didn't like to take one. So Nellie held out her hand only when Bartholomew needed it. Whenever Bartholomew had to stop and rest, Nellie would beg for a story about the old days. Once after a story, she asked him, "Will we ever run out of things to talk about?" "If we do," said Bartholomew, "we just won't say anything. Good friends can do that." and they can. Some days, he just took it a little easy and sat on the porch. Bartholomew would play a tune on his harmonica, and Nellie would make up words. One day, Bartholomew went out alone and fell down the stairs. An ambulance with a red flasher and siren took him to the hospital. He was gone for a long time. Nellie wrote him every day. She always ended with, "Come back soon so we can go for walks." When Bartholomew came home, he was in a wheelchair. The smile was gone from his eyes. "I guess our walks are over," he said. "No, they aren't," said Nellie. "I can take you for walks now." She knew just how to do it, too. Nice and easy, not too fast. Just before Mr. Oliver's driveway, she would call, "Get ready for the bump," and Bartholomew would wave his hat like a cowboy as he rode over it. If they saw a nice dog, they'd stop and pet it. But if it was really mean, Nellie would shoo it away. One day, when the sprinkler was on, Nellie started to go around, but she changed her mind. "All right, Bartholomew, ready, set, 1, 2, 3, charge!" And she pushed him right through the water from the sprinklers. "Ah, that was fun," said Bartholomew, and Nellie grinned. "I hope your wheelchair won't rust." "Fiddlesticks," he laughed. "Who cares if it does?" Mrs. Pringle leaned over the fence. "Seems just like yesterday. Bartholomew was pushing you in the stroller." "That was when I was little," said Nellie. "Now it's my turn to push Bartholomew, and Bartholomew's turn to sit, kind of like a trade." Then they sat in the sun to dry. Nellie munched on a carrot. Bartholomew played a tune on his harmonica. Nellie could see the old smile coming back in Bartholomew's eyes. So you see, it was a special trade. They each took turns helping each other. It's a story about kindness, and I hope you've enjoyed it.